It's a first tonight for these two teams, and it all goes down with one team having a scoreboard watch. USL Championship action brought to you by Wheels springs us loose in South Florida, where Charleston Battery meet Miami FC. And hello everyone, Jose Rodriguez. I'm David Gascon. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're Jose, Miami FC now fully backed into a corner.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Right now, at this point in the season, it's still, early. There's not a lot that you can tell about the standings right now when it comes to Miami if you don't start winning. You have to start winning to start thinking about, getting into the playoffs, making of this season something that you want to cherish moving forward. So right now, it's about winning games.
Yeah, and they ran to a brutal stretch where they were winless in 8 matches in a row. And then all of a sudden, they turned the tide a little bit last week against Phoenix, winning a score of 2-1, snapping a skid. They're trying to get themselves in gear.
Absolutely. Listen, in every sport, if you win at home, then you go on the road and struggle, you might be okay. So it's important for Miami to continue to win at FIU Stadium. If they get 3 points tonight, they might get in a good run. It all should start at home from now until the end of the regular season for Miami.
Well, the idea is to get on top and stay on top. That's to limit this guy as well, Augustine Williams, who leads the team in scoring.
My goodness, Augie Williams, one of the top strikers in the league, plenty of quality, good with the ball, a lot of pace, good movement without it as well. So, it's going to be a challenge tonight. Charleston as a whole, collectively, a very solid group. It's not going to be an easy opponent for Miami.
First time encountering each other this season. We'll see how Miami FC fares. When we come back, we'll get you the starting 11s and first touch. It's Charleston Battery, Miami FC coming up next.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American Dream.
I am the future.
I am Miami FC.
Broadcast of Miami FC is presented by FPL. Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at FPL.com/value. Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Check out local offers at VWFlorida.com today. And Wheels, the future of micro-mobility is here. And we're live here at FIU Stadium with Jose Rodriguez. I'm David Gascon, hanging out with you tonight. First off, Jose, starting 11 for Miami FC.
A 4-3-3 formation for Luis Neal tonight, and the usual suspects defensively, talking about Hernandez and Packer Craig at the top, back to 3-man line with Sorto on the left, Murphy at the top, and Telfer on the right side. Obviously, having Valo back is something that's going to be helpful tonight.
And Bolu Akinyoti back from a busted nose a few weeks ago, starting 11 for Charleston.
A 4-2-3-1 formation for Ben Pearman. Obviously, we talked about Augie Williams at the top, but the support system for Charleston is equally as important, with Avila on the left side, Marcanica on the right, and Rodriguez in the middle. He's usually the one that sets the tone, that moves behind the ball and continues to put pressure on the opponent defensively.
Yeah, and you look at a couple other guys in that back line. Leland Archer is a rock-solid defender for Charleston Battery. Look at the home team here tonight. 3 wins at home so far this season, a record of 3-9-7 overall, but 3-3-4 at home. The one marked on their record all time is they're undefeated against Charleston Battery at FIU Stadium. I don't know if that has any kind of impact tonight, but obviously the weather, the elements, it's a different beast when you come here at FIU Stadium.
Oh, absolutely. You know, especially nowadays, it's on and off the rain, and then it's really really hot. It's a short time of adjustment, but we'll see how Miami's able to take advantage of it. We talked about the game against Phoenix Rising in the Open, and how important that moment could be for this team if they're able to continue to find success here at FIU Stadium.
Yeah, and interim coach Lewis Neal, he did say earlier this week they didn't play bad. They just didn't play good enough on the road to get a W, let alone to get 1 point as this match is underway. Miami FC moving from right to left on your screen. Charleston Battery going from left to right. Battery so far this season with 32 points, 9 victories, 5 losses, and also 5 draws. They have an interesting goal differential, which is -1. But, Jose, you can't read a whole lot into that because they got slashed by San Antonio early this season by a count of 7-0.
Yeah, I think that's part of the story for Charleston this year. Going back to that game against San Antonio, it's something that we have to talk about it because that doesn't provide us a clear picture of what this team really is in terms of goal differential, and in terms of that game in particular as a whole. It's just a one mistake situation that might happen within a year. I don't think it will happen again to this team.
Yeah, I don't imagine so. Just with the talent that they have in their roster and how deep we are into the season. I mean, you know it all too well. When things go bad, all of a sudden they start unfolding, wheels fall off the wagon, and before you know it, a 3-goal difference turns into 4, 5, or 6. Velo lost the handle on it, but a foul was called immediately. Gives us a quick moment now, Jose, to take a look at the injury report. Who is in and who is out. Brought to you by your Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Check out local offers at vwflorida.com today.
Well, good news for Miami, right? Everybody's available. We know Joaquin Rivas is coming back from injury. Velo, Volu, they have been out for a while. Now they're all back. They just need to carry some momentum now that they're getting everybody back together. And for Lewis Neal, what a challenge it is to find a way, to take this team to the playoffs. There's a lot of work to be done here.
Yeah, he'd be a miracle worker if he could somehow get these guys not only in the right direction, but to get them in a position for a playoff spot. It's not like that they played bad throughout the entire season. It's just that they have played with results that have ended in draws when they've had leading positions. So it's one thing if you had 7 draws in the season and you continue to come from behind, but that hasn't been the case.
Right. Yeah, I think, at times it's about the little things, and unfortunately for Miami FC, things have not been able to go their way. But still, there's still plenty of time. I think they can turn things around. They need to get in a good run. There's no doubt about that. Win 2 or 3 games together, and then find a way to get back into the playoff picture. The Eastern Conference is very forgiving, and so winning 3 games in a row might do it.
I mean, shoot, you win back-to-back games, and all of a sudden you feel a lot better about yourself. But the one troubling part for Miami FC this year has not been what they've done at home. It's what they've done on the road, as Stanley called for the foul there. Miami FC winless so far on the road in 2023, 0-6-3.
Yeah, that without a doubt is a challenge. But I think, especially in USL Championship, you have to feed off your energy at home. So if you're able to build some confidence, you go on the road, you feel a little bit, more aware of what you need to do to win games or to at least get points every now and then. And at the end of the day, that's going to help you, become a playoff team.
Robbie Crawford on the right-hand side. We'll see if he anticipates a pass. This one played through. Zedeos might have gotten a finger on it. Second one won't go either. It's a quick wake-up call for Agent Zedeos. Match stays scoreless for the time being.
My goodness, what a moment for the goalkeeper for Miami FC. Back-to-back saves.
Watch out here. Cabral played through Christian Sordo. He's got Telfer on the right-hand side. Murphy trying to get to it. Good positioning. He got brought down. That will be a penalty. An obvious call. Trey Muse is beside himself, but for good reason. Kyle Murphy certainly earned all of that.
Well, talk about the value of having a solid goalkeeper. This doesn't happen, David, if Sendejas doesn't make back-to-back saves here. This is not an easy one at all. The header and then the right-footed shot. And right after that, it's a counter-attack opportunity. Sort of misses, actually, Murphy in the middle. It should have been an easy pass, but unfortunately for Charleston, a big mistake from Trey Muse. A clear-cut penalty that time, no doubt about it, and an opportunity for Miami to take the lead.
And to a man, Jose, I thought sort of misplayed that ball.
Yes, yes.
And all of a sudden, Murphy, he waited for that thing to come down from the heavens, got underneath it, and then got taken down. Murphy this season is not perfect on penalties. He's missed one. He's 2 of 3. But a golden opportunity here for Miami FC to get on the board and to do it early. Muse this season has only stopped 1 of 5. Murphy on the delivery. He shoots. That one stopped by Muse. He's missed back-to-back opportunities, has Kyle Murphy. He had never been stopped on a penalty in his career. And now all of a sudden, he can't find it.
And what a missed opportunity. We take another look at the foul here. There's no doubt about it. A good call and an easy one for the referee. And here's the penalty. You know, not a lot of confidence from Murphy that time, unfortunately. And just a good save. We have to give credit to Trey Muse. But again, a missed opportunity for Miami. David, you don't take into account what Sendejas went through, making those back-to-back saves, and let alone Miami misses a penalty.
Augie Williams pressing forward over on the right-hand side. Another look for Rodriguez. That one headed away at the last second by Aiden Stanley.
Well, plenty of intensity here in the first 7 minutes of the match. Back and forth action. We'll see who strikes first, but you know, obviously, you know, the emotions running through Miami FC players is about how do you move past the penalty? How do you understand the challenge of, you know, taking over this game, dominating the tempo, dominating, you know, possession? Those are the things that you have to overcome when you miss the penalty early.
Jose, I believe in mending a broken heart, but you are asking a lot in the tale of Miami FC in 2023. There have been all kinds of moments that you get up for and then just immediate heartbreak, because we had some contact there, but it goes sailing wide of the target.
Yeah, it's a tough task. But, you know, at some point, you just have to push through. Just have to push through. There's a lot on the line, and, you know, there's a lot of talent on the field. It's a matter, again, we talked about it just a few moments ago. It's the little things. You know, you get that penalty inside the first 5 minutes. Can you capitalize on that opportunity and really change the game?
It's tough. That is, but the reality is, like you said, you need to bang away at those opportunities and cash them in, because they don't come too often. But Murphy has missed his last 2 penalties, and the first chance he had against Monterey Bay would have been a difference maker in that decision. They lost. That one, nice stop, Zendejas. Vacated net, though. I don't know how that stayed out, but it did. Oh my, at the last second, Hernandez and Zendejas, but Hernandez bailing out his goalkeeper, and this match continues to be scoreless.
And I don't know how, to be honest. We've had plenty of chances. It's a good ball here. Sendejas again gets a hand. Man, what a save that time from Moises Hernandez. That's quality defending right there. You know, save of the week usually goes to goalkeepers, but let me tell you, Moises should be on that list.
That might not be the save of the week. That could be the save of the season for Miami FC.
Just timing was perfect. for Moises that time.
Unbelievable.
It's beautiful to watch, David, but unfortunately, most of the time, when you look at highlights in soccer, you look for goals. But
yeah,
to be honest, that's a highlight moment right there.
And to no fault for Zendejas, because there was only two things he could have done with that ball. One of them was punch it away.
Right.
Or two, if he didn't have enough steam on it, he could have obviously covered it. But Avila got robbed. Match continues to be scoreless. So Zendejas with a couple big stops. Moises Hernandez with his own. And then Trey Muse on the other end says, I'm also in this party too. Match scoreless right now in the 11th minute, but no shortage of drama, at least early on. Temperatures at kickoff, 88 degrees. Kyle Murphy was also on high alert just seconds ago. Not that we'd see another penalty here tonight, but Jose, it's something to think about now if you are Luis Neal. Murphy has missed his last two, and you need someone to score those because, not to say that they're gimmies, but you should be converting them at an extremely high percentage.
Yeah, I think at some point, you know, it comes down not only to the coaching staff, but to the players as well.
Yeah.
You know, you want to give him another opportunity. You're going to need him at some point to score penalties for you. So, you know, you might give him another chance. You know, it depends at what time in the game it happens. If it's the last 5 minutes, then, you know, somebody else might be able to step up.
Miami FC 3-0-2 at home all-time against Charleston Battery. Miami also leads the all-time record with 5 victories, 3 defeats, and 2 draws. It has been an action-packed first half here, and we're just into the 12th minute. I'd love to say that I haven't seen this much spirit in a contest between Miami FC and an opposition this year, but there have been all kinds of wild moments in the first 45 with Miami FC this year, no matter where you're at, whether you're at FIU Stadium, you're in Monterey, could be in Pittsburgh, it doesn't really matter.
Well, a lot of things happen. You know, I think, especially, you know, tonight, I think, you know, the right mindset is there. You know, it's just that it is so hard to overcome a missed penalty so early on.
Yeah.
And especially of what happened, you know, with Zendejas making great saves and, you know, getting another opportunity. And to me, it's confidence, which is, you know, something surprising to me because usually, you know, Murphy plays with a lot of confidence, but I didn't see him stepping up with a lot of confidence that time.
He's one of the guys in the roster that Luis Neal has mentioned as a leader, but a quiet leader. He's very professional. He's not extremely vocal, but he's one of the guys, once he gets onto the pitch, he is all business. Get some contact there. Markinic trying to turn in fire. That attempt ended off against Zendejas. Had some help in front. Rodriguez trying to pull the trigger on that. A little bit of physicality from Archer against Murphy. There's a couple ways to get a keeper engaged, and we've seen polar opposites. One, a penalty stop, and the other one, just a high volume of shots coming his way for Zendejas.
Yes, Zendejas continues to be a very important player for Miami FC. You know, we've seen it throughout the season. You know, right place, right time for most of the time. You know, when it was not his time to start, he was patient as well.
Yeah.
And that's also very important. You know, you have to stay ready. And I think he's showing that tonight here against Charleston. We'll see if Simi can do a little bit better, you know, because it goes to shame when you know, you have a solid performance from a goalkeeper and then you're not able to score. You kind of want to do it for him.
All about picking up your teammate. See Bolu Akinyoti
Because at the end of the day, you want to get 3 points.
Yeah.
You know,
you need to get 3 points.
Right, and you know, for Sendejas, okay, you finish the game with 10 saves, and yeah, everybody's going to talk about you, but you only get 1 point in the standings. And that, you know, I'm sure Sendejas will change 10 saves in a game for 3 points.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd concede a goal for 3 points.
Right, absolutely.
You know, that's the whole thing. Charleston Battery have a couple guys on some notable paces. Robbie Crawford nearing 75 matches with them. He's at 74 right now. Declan Wynn, he's at 98 matches, looking to get to 100. Mark Segbers. Saw him just seconds ago. Dotson trying to get to Avila. Zendejas just gave that ball away.
Look at Ben Pierman right there. What a touch from the head coach.
Ben in his first year at the controls with Charleston Battery. Charleston Battery, one of the better stories in USL Championship this year. To say that they were bad last season's an understatement. And they have just completely changed the role and the shape of the organization.
And I'm sure Ben Pierman will be the first one to tell you, hey, it's not about me. But man, I mean, he's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know, he comes over, you know, takes on the job and pretty much changes everything. Absolutely everything from what we've seen from this team this year. It's night and day. It's just a completely different team. They will be a playoff team and a contender for the Eastern Conference. I have no doubt in my mind.
Not to say that they completely cleaned house, but they cleaned up. Augie Williams, who leads the team with 8 goals this season, returns only for his second season with the organization, but there are plenty of guys that Pierman had brought in. Leland Archer, not one of them. He's in his 6th campaign with the club. But fresh faces, and all of a sudden, you get a different vibe in the locker room.
And the approach to the game. Mentality. Good ball here.
Excellent ball. Could have some numbers here developing. Markinic outside. Win. Has plenty of real estate, broken up in the last second by Segbers. Fine play by Mark, jumping up in anticipation of that feed.
Good job from Miami defensively that time. They were outnumbered, and yet they were able to stand their ground and just limit opportunities. In a very, very good counterattack situation for Charleston.
Markinic was drafted last year in the MLS Super Draft by FC Cincinnati. 30th overall. He's not a mistake player. Certainly earning his stripes. Rodriguez in his 17th match this season has a couple goals and 3 assists. It's just a giveaway for Segbers. Cabral. And now we'll see what Miami FC tries to do here in a counter, but you see the convergence there. It's one of the things with Charleston Battery when you look at the clubs, major difference is the pressure applied by the Battery frequently. Miami FC likes to play with more space and try to counter. Both these squads played on Wednesday, so this one played through nicely, and Murphy trying to fight for it. News comes out. This time, no collision. It is fascinating to see how much juice is in the legs for all these players, given the fact that both Miami FC and Charleston played on Wednesday night. It's an abrupt turnaround after that, and not easy to do it when you go and play in South Florida.
Right, especially in the summer. It's a challenge. They tackled that time.
Could have been close to a no call too, but Allen, the guilty party on it.
See, here's another look. It's not a good first touch. Well sold. Well, see, I think he has an argument, but, you know, maybe he needs to choose the right words to approach the referee, right? But, you know, he has an argument.
Maybe asking about dinner reservations tonight. I don't know. Good weather in Miami this evening. You never know. Dining out. Ooh, Stanley almost got that pass. Haven't seen a whole heck of a lot in the attacking third for Miami FC just yet. Outside of one brief flurry.
Yeah, I was very surprised that Sorto was not able to put a good ball in.
Yeah.
You know, in that counter-attack situation after the couple saves from Sendejas. I thought that was an easy pass and 2 targets inside the box. Obviously, the penalty comes after that, but still, you expect Sorto to put a good ball in.
Cabral, Murphy. Oh, Telfer nearly had one go. Great convergence at the very last second. Archer was there. Telfer denied.
Well, again, it's about the little things. One more time. It's a good play from the build-up. Cabral with a great ball, a quick turn from Murphy. I think he's taking a shot right there, but still, it's an opportunity through the middle. And if Telfer is 1 or 2 seconds faster than the defender, then, you know, it's Miami with the lead. That's the difference right now for Miami.
Heads up play defensively by Dodson. First corner kick of the match for Miami FC. Brought to you by your Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Stanley working sharp here. Velo back to Stanley. That one is rejected immediately. This play by Avila. Beto's had some chances offensively for Charleston Battery. Good no call there. Here's Hernandez with the save of the match so far. Telfer looking up all the way. Dangerous proposition for Charleston Battery, but they were able to clear the area. Miami FC had multiple players inside the 18.
This is an interesting game so far, David, because, you know, if you're a Miami FC fan, you're thinking, man, we should have the lead. We missed the penalty. If you're a Charleston Battery fan, you should think, man, we should have the leads. And there's making stops every single time we take a shot at him. If you're a neutral, you're just enjoying the game.
No doubt about it. Yeah, if you're Charleston Battery, you might think you should have 2 or 3 on the board.
Right, yeah.
This portion of the broadcast sponsored by your Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Check out local offers at vwflorida.com today. Telfer goes down. Arcanic not happy with the call. With Jose Rodriguez, I'm David Gascon. Joining you tonight as we've crossed the halfway point in the season.
They're just a little bit late at time. Mechanic to the ball.
Stanley. Needed a little more lift on that. Low tread peeling that one back, and fortunate enough, even though Bolu couldn't get to it, Augie Williams wasn't able to have a touch. Giveaway there. Dotson with a good intercept. Ooh, some finesse. We'll find out. Murphy trying to stay on side. He does. Slow rolling Muse is there. Good idea, though, from Miami FC trying to put everyone on edge for Charleston Battery.
Yeah, I think the main difference for Miami, it's, you know, they're playing freely now offensively. Yes, they are taking some risks when it comes to the setup defensively, which is something that they didn't do before. But right now, they're being a little bit more aggressive. They're finding ways to connect in the attacking part of the field without thinking, I'm leaving way too much room behind. And at this point, you know, the way things are going, you'd rather take risk and, you know, go out swinging. Go out looking for 3 points rather than, you know, just keeping a clean sheet.
And to piggyback off of that, Jose, this is probably the most loose I've seen Miami FC play this year.
Yeah.
could be for better or for worse, but there's a fine line between playing loose and being cavalier with the ball.
Right, absolutely. You know, there's a sense of responsibility when you understand that, you know, you're going to leave some room behind. That doesn't mean, okay, I know the room is there, so I'm not going to take care of it.
Yeah.
You know you're going to have to run up and down the field for full 90 minutes. And but I think most of the players will be happy to take on that challenge.
Yeah.
You know, they prepare for this. You know, they work every single day to be in top condition. And if you are, then you'll take on the challenge.
25th minute. Some dangerous moments for Charleston Battery. They've yet to get on the scoreboard. Same thing with Miami FC. They had one special moment that was denied by Trey Muse on a penalty. Muse this season now 2 for 6 on PKs this year. Muse comes into this contest. He's played every single match this season for Charleston Battery. So the 9 victories, 5 losses, and 5 draws. Dotson with the cross. Zendejas, loose change there. That was dangerous for Zendejas. Did not manage that ball well. Unfortunate enough, nobody in a white kit was there to bang it home.
Well, there was a little bit of rain earlier, and so maybe that plays a factor. Zendejas usually pretty good with his hands that time, unable to hold on to the ball. The collective effort was there that time, good coverage, and Miami was able to clear the ball away.
That's a heavy challenge there. A 50-50 ball. Dotson got the worst end of that, but Aiden Stanley, who got up, back down again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a 50-50 ball, a risky one as well. Both players moving from side to side and then colliding.
Oh,
ooh, my God.
Man.
Whoa.
Dotson grabbing his right leg. I don't
know why.
Yeah, I don't know how he's not grabbing his right shoulder. I mean, that was a car collision.
Whew.
It's not the same exact thing, but it's similar to how Bolu Akinyoti broke his nose a few weeks ago.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, it didn't go that far, and it looks like both players will be able to continue.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a 50-50 ball, so, you know, you're taught to go for it. You know, if it's a 50-50 ball, I have a shot at it.
One would be curious how Aiden Stanley and Derek Dotson feel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the adrenaline's pumping right now.
Yeah.
Once that thing wears off, probably not going to feel too good about themselves. Unless, of course, you pull out a victory.
Yeah, that will help.
Poor service there. Here's Chris Allen. Allen enjoying his first season with Charleston Battery. He's from Jarrow, England, and spent a great deal of time overseas before playing with Memphis last season. Telfer out wide. Below. Trying to get a little too cute for Murphy. Telfer did get it back, though, earned possession for Miami FC again. '29th minute. Shots are 7-1 in favor of Charleston Battery. Below, seeking out Kyle Murphy again.
Things is trying to slow down a little bit. You know, in the last few minutes, it was a hectic start. You know, first 15 minutes, both teams were running up and down the field, so it's only normal that at this point, you know, both teams try to settle down. For Miami, it's going to be very important to get back on the ball, especially in the middle. You have to win the battle. Looks like Rodriguez right now is, you know, not having a lot of pressure.
It's a classy play by Cabral there. He got taken out. This could be a booking. Oh, Dotson will be rung up for it. He's in the book, not happy about it. He's got a smile on his face. Here in the 30th minute, Cabral down after an excellent play defensively.
You know, I think Cabral is one of the players that, as we take a look at the foul, which is, you know, obviously a call from the referee, and it should have been, and it should be a yellow card, which is the case. If you look at Cabral's progress, he's a player that he's going to have to continue to develop. But what he's showing right now, as there's another yellow card, right?
Yeah, Pyramid got one.
Well, he probably was a little bit frustrated, but I think, you know, when he looks at the replay, he'll be fine with the decision from the referee. But, you know, I think Cabral is one of those players for Miami FC that every now and then they bring to the team, and there are not a lot of expectations around him. But, you know, the problem is with Cabral is that, you know, his work goes unnoticed most of the time.
Telfer did a great job there between 3 different players for Charleston Battery. Cabral from way outside. He pulled the trigger anyway.
Well, that's perfect timing. Thank you, Cabral.
He had plenty of velocity on that sucker.
That won't go unnoticed, right? Look, it's a wonderful strike from outside the box. Would have been a beauty, but a great save. And that's exactly what he needs to do more. And that will come with time for him.
That ball had a ton of lift on it. Softly played across the header, falling around twice in Muse on the goal line. When it gets broken like that, it becomes more of a challenge, and Muse tracking it nicely. Augie Williams in the middle of the pitch. Delicate service there, then played in, and Marcanic trying to pull off a highlight reel goal there.
And here's Cabral with the corner kick. Packer Craig gets to the ball. Unable to clear away initially was Crawford.
It's a great play by Crawford.
Yeah, he just shields the ball. You know, ideally he needed to clear that away just in case, you know, you never know if a Miami FC player makes a run for it and slight touch might put it in the back of the net. But he understood exactly where he was, and Trey Muse as well. The communication was very important at that time.
Got a hydration break, and while we have a moment, Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Jose Rodriguez, I'm David Gascon. Thanks for joining us tonight from FIU Stadium in South Florida. Jose, a little something for you, as we have plenty of activity early on in this contest.
Yeah, you're right. You know, very early set piece opportunity here. Wonderful save initially from Sendejas, right-footed shot. He's there again, then quick counter attack. Foul, and Murphy, he takes on the penalty, but unable to finish. Trey Muse with the save, and just a few seconds later, another opportunity. That's my favorite play of the game so far. And I'm not a defender, see?
Yeah.
I like to be a goal scorer, but still, you know, I put a lot of value into the effort from Hernandez. And then one more opportunity but you know what? You're absolutely right. Dotson should get a lot of credit in that play. You mentioned it as it happened. I thought a little bit more about Telfer not being first to the ball, but Dotson, a solid job in that sliding tackle that time.
But we've had everything so far, outside of a couple haymakers and a red card.
Yep. We already have 2 yellow cards, so you never know.
Yeah, it's true. 2 yellow cards, no goals just yet. We have 11 combined shots so far. The shots now are 7-4 in favor of Charleston Battery. With the luxury of a hot microphone, we've also had some colorful language on the pitch. Both head coaches instructed their teams, so it's good to get a perspective from Lewis Neal and Ben Pierman. Moises Hernandez getting another start tonight. He's started in nearly every match so far this season, 11 of 16. It looks like he does have the save of the season so far for Miami FC.
I was a little bit surprised he didn't get a call-up to the Guatemala national team.
We can get into that as the night goes along. Here's Augie Williams. Williams trying to earn possession. Bolu Akinyoti and Miami FC with the intercept, and here they come with a counter. Velo, excuse me. Velo looking for Murphy. Telfer there to compliment him. Outside the box, Cabral, a little shade. Velo, oh, he just overplayed that ball. A misstep by him. Florian would love to have that thing back. Telfer again. He's got 3 inside the 18 to no man's land. Here's Bolu. Akinyoti. Starting in his 15th match of the season. A couple of adjustments being made over the last week and a half by Lewis Neal amongst the starting 11. Outside the keepers of Zendejas and Jake McGuire. Zendejas so far though in net, 8 saves. Would be a season high, and he's already on pace to see that kind of volume. The match reaches full time. Telfer again. It'll be a corner kick here though for Miami FC.
Good job from Telfer early on, pushing through the left side. When he was out of the lineup, that was the spot for Christian Sorto. Now that he's back, he's putting an impact in the game almost immediately. This will be a set piece opportunity here.
Curious in the ruling on that. Cabral, trying to pick that corner to no avail.
There's a lot of things in this world happening right now, and consumers like myself want some level of control.
I am a solar development project manager, and I get to be on the forefront of the best technology to produce clean energy.
We've transitioned from foreign oil to natural gas, and we're moving responsibly towards solar, battery, and green hydrogen, and this will all ultimately bring savings to the customer.
I know that FPL is looking at other ways that down the line will reduce my bill. We can be less dependent on oil, and the future is bright.
38th minute, no score yet. First matchup between these two teams. Charleston Battery played just a couple days ago on July the 12th, a 1-1 draw with Indy 11. This one played through again. Paco Craig immediately out with the header. That drive in, it looked like it might have been offside. Augie Williams was a shade off the mark a little bit. Miami FC coming off a defeat. They lost to FC Tulsa on Wednesday as well. 3 points, always an ask. But you figure with Miami FC, got to get it tonight because on deck, oof, San Antonio FC, they loom.
Yeah. It's going to be a challenge. But I think they have a bigger challenge as well here tonight. Even though they're playing at home, but Charleston is a very good team.
not get any easier, and for Miami, they'll have to travel to San Antonio. And last I checked with the weather in Texas these days, temperatures anywhere from 105 to 112.
Oh my God.
Not good. Pack your SPF 90. It's been that kind of a summer so far in the Lone Star State. Make sure you stay with us at the break. Jose and myself will have USL Championship notes, schedules, some first half highlights, some stats, and a whole lot more. Switching the pitch here. Win. Back to Allen. Allen looking for Augie Williams. And we'll see if Miami FC can hold serve here. They can. Well, both teams clearly throttling down after the first 15, 20 minutes of this action. It was like a ping pong match in this first half. 15 combined shots. 9 of them for Charleston Battery, 6 for Miami FC. Williams, Allen. Allen with a little bit of real estate, too much velocity on that. He was looking for Rodriguez. No chance.
So it's important for Miami in the last 5 minutes of the half here. If you're not going to score, at least don't concede, just to, so that you can carry some momentum into the second half. There are some positives within the performance here. I think both sides can feel comfortable coming into the second half and going for 3 points. The mentality from both coaches tonight is pretty clear. They want to win the game. And obviously for Miami, that's needed because we're playing at home. But for Charleston, there's something that you value. Put a lot of value into the approach that Ben Pierman brings to the table.
Bad giveaway here. Christian Sordo on the intercept. Cabral, Sorto, Velo. Velo's got it right now. Florian taking a shot, but a little too hesitant on it. And no real sense of urgency scoring after that shot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sense of urgency needed to be a little bit higher at that time.
Velo, Sordo, I don't know what Sordo was thinking. Velo put that ball right on a tee for him. And now watch out, Augie Williams. Avila switching the pitch. Marcanic, well, he goes down. Christian Sordo, fortunate enough there. Allen. 43rd minute. We did have a hydration break, so we were expecting at least a couple minutes of stoppage time. Last couple broadcasts we've had with you, we've had stoppage time go anywhere from 6 to 9 minutes.
Well, that's how it is. I guess after the World Cup, we should have gotten used to it.
Point taken. Point taken. It looks like we do have an idea. Stoppage time coming up. A couple minutes. Assuming everything stays clean from now until then.
It's a well-played half.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of time wasting, not a lot of injuries. And, I think there was actually very good rhythm to it. It's entertaining to watch.
Now you're just hoping for a duplicate performance in the second half.
Right, yeah.
Assuming everyone gets their H2O. Segber's doing some fancy dribbling. Mark trying to maintain possession, who he could not. Dodson with a fine play. He's been all over the place so far for Charleston Battery. He's committed 5 fouls in this first half. He's been aggressive, does have a yellow card. Deas, been a busy fella tonight. A couple saves, but he's had plenty of fire come his way. 9 shots in total by Charleston Battery. Uh-oh, 2 balls on the pitch again. We've seen flashes of that. They continue to play on this time. Just as a reference that happened to Miami FC a couple weeks ago, this looked to be offside. Markanic trying to make a move against Paco Craig. Fine job to possess him of the ball. Markanic is down, not getting up. We got 2 minutes of stoppage time now, fully announced.
And just beautifully done by Paco that time. What a play.
Stanley here, sort of asking for service on the opposite end.
This is where they have to go just a little bit faster. You know, because if you hold on to the ball for too long here, you're just allowing the opponent to set up defensively. But you know, the element of surprise will come once you move the ball faster. You know, 1, 2 touches. That will get the job done. Right now, you know, it's going to be really hard. Charleston, if you look at them, you know, there's not a lot of room to work with.
Stanley. Murphy. Nice fight here between Murphy and Robbie Crawford. Those two jostling for position, but Crawford was the one that won it. Ben Pierman looking on. First-year coach in Charleston Battery. Has surrendered 77 goals last year. Allen, poor feed. Segber's with the intercept. Mark doing his best to keep it in. He does. Tightrope walk in that sideline. Sordo. Bolu. Bolu trying to pick up the pace a little bit with Telfer flanked out wide. Try to squeeze that between the wickets of Dodson. See the effort? I want to stay in. It did not. And you can hear a bunch of the guys saying quicker, quicker on the pitch. Quick as it might have been, that first half went by in a flash. 45 minutes in the books here from FIU Stadium. Long way since the 4th of July, but Jose, we had plenty of fireworks on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, very good start to the match. Good rhythm to the first half. Unfortunately, Murphy wasn't able to capitalize on a penalty. And for Charleston, you know, it's Sendejas. This is his party. Right now, a great performance from the goalkeeper from Miami. And we're scoreless, but with plenty of time to go in the second half.
Coming up next is the FPL halftime report presented by Macron. We had 15 total shots in this contest, and not one of them has found the back of the net so far. Will there be a different fate in the second half? We'll find out soon. Miami FC, Charleston Battery at a deadlock.
No one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
back here at the half. Miami FC, Charleston Battery are scoreless for the time being. We've reached the FPL halftime report presented by Macron. And now we got a moment in time. Lord Marquis sat down with goalkeeper Jake McGuire for a few moments. Lord, take it away.
Welcome back, guys, to Extra Time with Lo. I am here with special guest Jake. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Are you a little bit nervous?
A little bit.
We're gonna have some fun.
Sounds good.
First question, what inspired you to start playing soccer?
My oldest sister, she was the first one in our family to play sports, and she chose to play soccer, and she was 8 and I was 4, and just kind of got me signed up, and I just loved it from the very beginning.
Okay, but I'm interested in your coffee order. Is it black? Is there some cream? Is it oat milk?
Iced vanilla latte with oat milk. I'm an oat milk guy. If it's really hot, like it is here in Miami, I like the ice. So
okay,
that's my order.
That's my go-to order too. If you could swap lives with a celebrity for one day, who would it be?
Kyle Murphy, for sure. That step over he had in the last game, cut in, far post curler. I mean, I would love to do that one time. No, we've just been joking about it recently. So,
if you could have a superpower, any superpower, but it can only work during matches, what would it be?
I don't know, be super stretchy or something. That way I can stretch out my body to be as big as the goal. Make things pretty easy.
Isn't that like a movie, Fantastic Four, the Elastic Guy or something like that? Mr. Fantastic.
I was thinking more Elastic Girl, but.
Elastic Girl, I love it. Well, that is it. That's it for Extra Time with Lo. Thanks so much for joining. Did you have some fun?
I did have some fun.
We only embarrassed you a little bit.
I know, yeah. That's all right.
Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I'll catch you episode 5 next time. Bye, guys.
Busy night in South Florida so far. Miami FC, Charleston Battery for the first time this season getting together, but the match is scoreless. When we come back on this side, we'll get you some first half highlights, some stats, and a whole lot more. Miami FC, Charleston Battery, right around the corner.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
back here at recess. Jose Rodriguez, David Gascon, Miami FC, Charleston Battery are scoreless right now. 45 minutes in the books. It was a fantastic first half of ball. And Jose, we get away from all this action, take a look around the league with some news and notes, shall we?
Yep. Well, you know, the bracket challenge. Are you ready for the bracket challenge?
I am.
That's the first question.
Yes,
Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay. So, you know, you better start going with your predictions. I'm ready to go. It comes down to the Women's World Cup, which is about to start. And I'm very excited about the USL in Arkansas. How about you?
I am too. I have to say I did quite a bit of work out in Southern California for UC Irvine, their women's soccer club. So it's nice to see some of those collegiate players now get to the professional ranks of women's soccer. And then you get to flex your bilingual skills later on tonight. Rumor has it you'll be joining the festivities with Monterey Bay FC and Oakland Roots SC.
Yep. Tonight on the Spanish side of things. But, you know, the game will also be available on ESPN too, just a few hours from now.
Oh, well, there you go. Take a look now at the USL schedule as far as what is on tap in front of us. FC Tulsa and Hartford Athletic later on tonight, and also get into next week as well. I got a lot of games on tap, but of course, as we mentioned earlier, Jose, we're past the halfway point, and for Miami FC, it's tough to say, but you're looking at a bunch of teams in the Eastern Conference and you're saying you need a loss there, you need no decision here. West Coast, help us out a little bit.
Well, yeah, but, you know, at the same time, you know, it's part of the game, and if you're a Miami FC fan, you get to watch games around the league and maybe root for a team that's not yours.
Yes,
but
true.
At this point, there's no other way to do it. You need it.
Yeah.
You need some help.
No doubt about it. So all of that is on tap for tonight and also the rest of the week, next week anyway. I don't want to rush you at all, but got some high fives and some low fives for the youngins and all that. Second half is right around the corner. When we return, we'll get you some highlights and also some stats.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas,
empanadas y croquetas.
Is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am patient.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am American dream.
I am the future.
I am
FC.
No one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no days off, no perfect scenarios. Things won't always go the way you expect. But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
This broadcast is brought to you by FPL. Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at FPL.com/value. Tata 2 and Macron. First half highlights Jose, we go streaking into the 4th minute, shall we?
Yeah, it was only the 4th minute, and again, we had the first opportunity of the match. Well, a couple of them, to be honest, for Charleston. Both of them, you know, what a save that one from Sendejas. Not an easy one. The ball hits the post, second chance and against Sendejas. Just a few seconds later, this is where I think Sorto, you know, he should have done a little bit better with that ball inside the box. And maybe he'll get a better opportunity. But to be honest, it doesn't get any easier than, not easier, but better chance than a penalty. Unfortunately for Kyle Murphy, it was Trey Muse who was able to stop the shot. 13th minute, you know, this is all inside the first 15 minutes of the match. So if you just joined us after the 25th minute mark, you missed a lot. This is a wonderful save from Moises Hernandez just over the line. We were talking about save of the week. That's our nomination only. Goalkeepers exclusive for the league, so we respect that. Kyle Murphy with another opportunity inside the box, takes the shot, but ends up being a pass. Unfortunately, Telfer unable to put the final touch there. Dodson with a great sliding save. And one more opportunity here out of set piece, a corner kick, the ball to the second post. Packer Craig wins it, but unable to finish Hernandez.
First half highlights, and also now our first half stats brought to you by Takes. 16 combined shots, not a single goal yet, but as this match tells you, everything is pretty much even across the board. It's been fun.
Yeah, pretty even. I think it's been a good half. You know, a goal in the second half might bring up the energy, the sense of urgency. You know, and it will not allow both teams to just settle down and, you know, get comfortable with the draw. So we'll see what happens in the first 15 minutes. I think those will be very telling.
I know we're too far early to even mention our Tatatu man of the match, but Moises Hernandez might be neck and neck right now with Adrian Zendejas.
Yep, and if you're Miami, you honestly want to change the list a little bit and maybe, you know, include Kyle Murphy, Sorto, or maybe Joaquin Rivas coming from the bench and scoring the game winner.
Sure.
Right, because, you know, it's not necessarily good news when two defenders are at the top of the list for men of the match and you're playing at home.
Telfer. Hard service, Murphy. Can he pivot? Murphy trying to turn in fire, top of the box. That strike off the woodwork! More opportunities for Miami FC to open up a half. Iron unkind here.
And again, that close, Miami FC. A great job here from Kyle Murphy, just shielding the ball. He never got an angle to take a shot, but waits for another opportunity. Good setup and good effort from Bolu. Just very unfortunate. Wow.
Bolu didn't even put a lot of sauce in that shot. It was just perfect. Zendejas, the nice intercept there. But Bolu had the right amount of power on it, not trying to hit it with everything that he has, and the placement was nearly picture perfect.
You're absolutely right, and he knew exactly what he was doing, because if he tries to put just a little bit of more power into that, it goes over the bar.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was almost perfect.
And a heads-up play, too, for Kyle Murphy, because he had numerous chances to pivot and try to fire, but as opposed to doing that, he picked up a trailer, and Bolu, the lucky recipient, just outside the 18.
Yeah, he did show a lot of patience inside the box. You know, as a striker, you get the ball. The first thing you want to do is take a shot and goal.
Yeah.
But that time he understood that was not better for the team. He took his time and made the right decision.
Unbelievable results so far. I mean, if you just ran a highlight package of chances from both these teams, you're thinking, all right, this is probably a 4-3, 5-4 type of affair.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Strange as that is, but Vila looks to be down, and he's the one nursing a little bit. See what happened to Beto, man from Austin, Texas. He's only played in a handful of games this season, 8 of them total. Make it 9 here tonight.
So Ball goes for the ball.
see a whole lot that we can infer from. Top of the ankle, never a good sign, especially with an ankle sprain, if that is the case. The worst part of that ankle to recover from. Second half just getting underway. Let's see if Avila can continue.
Looks like he won't be able to. Signs are being made already to the Charleston battery bench. Substitution will be needed, but we'll wait on that because, you know, here's another look at that shot.
Great shot from our guys.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great angle.
The north and south shots of FIU Stadium are fantastic when you're that close to the pitch. Below. Dangerous moment here. Murphy trying to hustle. But you can see the idea from Bolu trying to pick that corner. To Muse's credit, he did elevate and nearly got to that ball. Muse at 6'4". Velo, watch out here. Muse quick to intercept as Murphy and Velo trying to get on the same page.
Man, Miami FC is doing so much, you know, of what was required to be an attacking-minded team and to be effective at it. They're doing a lot. They're getting into positions inside the box that are good. They just haven't been able to finish. If you just look back at that play from Velo, he makes the right move, he controls the ball, and he positions himself in a way that he can score with a good shot. Unfortunately, he was not able to take that shot. And that's the difference right now for Miami.
Looks like we'll have a substitution in a moment for Charleston Battery. Stanley out wide for Telfer. Ryan looking for Murphy again. It just feels like there's been a more concerted effort from Miami FC tonight, Jose, to get the ball to Kyle Murphy one way or another.
Well, and I think that's a good idea.
Oh, of course.
First off,
of course.
That's a very good idea.
Right.
But if you can do that, you know, if the opponent would allow you to do that, I mean, you better take advantage of it because he's doing a lot of things right for this team. But he's going to need some help. You know, you cannot just rely on one player to be the finisher. I think Velo, that he needs to be a little bit more effective inside the box. And, you know, to be honest, you know, the Stanley on the left side, he's a left back, and Segbers on the right side, he's a right back. They should push higher a little bit more at times as well, just to try to help out and free some space up.
Delivery looking for Velo. Murphy also there. Yeah, it's one thing that I say the effort and the looks towards Murphy, but I bring that up because with where we're at in the season, it hasn't felt like that throughout the year.
Yeah.
It just hasn't felt like the creativity has been run through Kyle Murphy. Fidel Barajas coming into the contest. It's her first substitution of the match for either side. Segbers, not his best effort there. Substitution brought to you by your superhero movers at Good Greek Moving and Storage. It's the first one of the night. Cabral trying to get on his horse. Muse, you know, he's fortunate enough that ball didn't find up in the back of his net.
Did he touch that ball outside the box?
He did.
It looks like it. It's very close.
Oh.
I think it did. I don't know about you.
Below, and this will be a corner kick. Corner kick brought to you by your Volkswagen dealers of South Florida. Now, the near side official should have saw that.
Yes, absolutely. But then again, it's not an easy call. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
At field level, you don't actually see the lines like we do. But still, it's very close.
See how Stanley delivers this. Opportunities on corners tonight have been far in view. Stanley, good arc. Muse with the right hand to punch it away. Murphy, Telfer, both are communicating. A two-man game here. Back-to-back corners. And while we have a moment, this portion of the broadcast brought to you by Goodrich Moving and Storage, your superhero movers.
It's another Miami FC corner kick.
Most of the damage for Miami FC this year has been inside the 18. They've scored 20 goals coming into tonight's contest. 16 goals inside the 18. Murphy trying to make it 17, plenty of contact as he goes down in a heap. Murphy not one to embellish. Let's see if he's got an argument.
There's the cross from Cabral, back post. There's not a lot there, to be honest. Seems like both players are going for the ball.
That's a good play by Allen.
Yeah, I think Allen's just able to stand his ground in front of Murphy. He didn't play the ball, but he didn't stop Murphy from playing it as well. So I think there could have been a problem if he wouldn't allow Murphy. He would just block him from going for it, but Murphy was hoping to chase the ball. At that time, it's a 50-50 ball, so you have to do whatever it takes defensively to prevent the striker from getting a touch of the ball.
Allen's been good so far defensively, along with Palma. Augie Williams, Zendejas for the first time in the second half. The wake-up call from Augie Williams. He's been so quiet in this contest, but eventually he'll get off.
Yeah, but what a ball. What a cross that is. Just beautiful from Allen. And then again, knowing the quality that Augie Williams brings to the table, I would say that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
He's used to finishing those type of crosses when they come, and the positioning for him, by the way, was just outstanding. Surrounded by defenders, right in between the two center backs, and yet he was able to take the shot and goal. But, if you look back and look at his track record, he usually scores.
Oh, that's a sweet move by Velo. Florian elected not to take the shot. Telfer. Oh, you want more from Velo there.
You see, there's the one thing that's missing for Miami. Again, good build-up, opportunities inside the box, not around the box, inside the box. And just unable to finish.
Arcanic there with the contact. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. That could be just a lack of confidence from Velo. Florian scored the first goal of the season for Miami FC in game number 1 against FC Tulsa. He's been quiet ever since, but his goal this year was nearly from that mark where he just gave it up for Telfer. Cabral, Gabriel, looking to punch one through. That one goes slowly rolling into Muse. I don't know if that was partially deflected or if Cabral just simply mishit it.
Regardless, another opportunity. Not a lot of pressure this time. A huge mistake defensively from Charleston. Miami just unable to capitalize. I think if you're Luis Neal, David, right now, you're okay, but you're not okay.
Yeah.
Because, how many chances have they been able to create? A lot, but they just haven't been able to finish. So you find some sense of comfort knowing that, the team is performing, but you have to win games.
Drive a man crazy with these kind of opportunities and unable to capitalize. But Barajas the other way. Win. Searching for Augie Williams, and this will be a throw-in for Charleston Battery. And the match is played out where it's a 50-50 game. Each team has had their moments of brilliance and unable to capitalize. Barajas, this should be a goal kick, and it is.
It is a goal kick, very close to being an offside as well.
Moises Hernandez stopping a would-be goal from Beto Avila. Trey Muse stopping a goal of his own on a penalty against Kyle Murphy. One of the second time this year that Muse has stopped a PK. And in between all that, we've had a couple crossbars that have been hit. A few fine saves by each keeper. Telfer with some space and a nice move. Telfer with some real estate, looking again, and a nice breakup in the final moments by Charleston Battery. Barajas almost depossessed by Velo. Wow, Florian using some language that I might agree with if I was in a different setting, but a little confused because that looked like Miami FC should have earned possession on that. Rodriguez out wide, and Stanley in there to get it first. And maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but I thought Velo was on the same page with us, with where that ball was and who had touched it last.
Yeah, I'm with you. But you know what, to be honest, I think the score is not showing it, but you know, things are starting to turn for Miami. This is a different team. You know, I'm pleasantly surprised with by this performance. And again, the score is not where you want it. The performance levels are all a lot better.
Still searching for their first goal of the night, but they need a positive result. One at the bare minimum, but they need 3. Rodriguez trying to dance. Rodriguez, Augie Williams is lurking. And Stanley trying to push this thing forward for Ryan Telfer, and he does. Telfer, Stanley jumping up into the play. Below. Just looking for some vacant areas. Occupied now for Charleston Battery, but Miami FC in a slow build up here. Well, one guy we haven't talked about at all in the second half has been Christian Sorda.
Yeah, and with Rivas available, you know, it might not be too long before we see Salvadorian switch. One Salvadorian in, one Salvadorian out.
Telfer trying to create some magic here. Velo and Cabral. Gabriel trying to find the target, and Telfer expecting something that did not come his way.
You know, you mentioned a few moments ago, slow build-up. And that's a great read, because I think that's part of the problem at times for Miami. It shouldn't be a slow build-up. They need to move the ball faster, especially playing on turf. It's surprising how slow they progress within, you know, the attacking part of the game. If they are able to speed things up, they have the talent on the field to do it first. But if they're able to do that, they can be successful in this league.
Does that tell you that they lack confidence offensively?
I would say, listen, I would say not in the middle of the field, because if you're lacking confidence, you're not able to work out of the build-up.
Yeah.
You wait for something to happen.
Okay.
Set-piece opportunity, or, you know, a penalty. But if you have the confidence to move the ball in the middle, then it's not a confidence problem. For me, it's about what you do inside the box. You know, maybe there's added pressure, and you know, this is something that, you know, happens to teams and throughout the year. You start thinking past the 60th minute mark, we have done a lot to win this game, and yet we don't have a lead. and then you start getting frustrated, and you know, all of a sudden, the opponent gets an opportunity, they score, they win the game. So it's not that unusual. The mental part of the game is going to be very important.
Couple substitution. Benjamin Mines coming in. Substitutions brought to you by your superhero movers at Good Greek Moving and Storage. Kyle Murphy out. Michael Salazar is in. So Luis Neal heading to the reserves. Christian Sordo will be removed. Markanic looks to be out as well. Ikaza in. So both coaches, you don't want to say this is a chess match because this is anything but slow and methodical, but the leaders of each technical staff really going at it now. Pierre Reedy also coming in. So you got a couple players in for each side.
So Miami now going without a true 9, a striker, because Salazar most likely a winger. He obviously can play at the top, same for Valo, but they're both not finishers. You know, they usually help in the build-up, and they're good with the 1v1 situations, especially Salazar. So we'll see what the approach is here for the last 25 minutes of the match.
We'll be curious on that. We mentioned it at halftime. Like to do it again. Women's World Cup kicks off on July 20th. This will play along with the Women's World Cup Soccer League Bracket Challenge presented by USL Super League. Win super cool prizes, including a new 75-inch Hisense TV. Bracket launches on Monday, so make sure you go to uslsuperleague.com/bracket to learn more.
Pathfinder's only $199 a month during Weston Nissan's Drive for Less sales event. Drive the Pathfinder, only $199 a month, 33 in stock. Shop WestonNissan.com. Drive for less at Weston Nissan.
So both teams go into their respective benches, trying to ignite the offense, at least to get any kind of result in the scoring column. Hasn't been for a lack of shots or opportunities on either end. But Chris Allen, Nick Markanic, and also Beto Avila have all been substituted out for Charleston Battery. Murphy and Sorto out for Miami FC. For as even as it was in the first half of action. Pretty much the same here in the second half. Shots now are even at 10-10. Each team also with 3 shots on target. Each team has also hit a crossbar. Salazar out wide. Mines near the 6. And there's Telfer. Hernandez trying to navigate. It does feel like, though, Miami FC has been the better team, especially as this match has continued on.
Yeah, I think you know, they might not win the possession battle at the end of the night, but I think they have been able to do more with the ball. You know, it was even at the half, and if they don't win it, I don't think that's something they should worry about.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see how these numbers look at the end of the night. Possession is in favor of Miami FC, 55% to 45 for Charleston Battery. Pittsburgh taking care of Detroit 2-0 right now. Orange County over Loudoun United 2-1. Birmingham and Tampa are scoreless. That one's at the break. Same thing here as we're nearing the 70th minute of action from South Florida. Charleston, after this contest, will take on Pittsburgh at home on July the 22nd. Miami FC will hitch a ride on a plane and travel to Texas. We'll have a date with San Antonio FC, as we have a foul here. Equalizer, the guilty party against Velo. He's in the book in the 69th minute.
Yeah, he needs to call for the referee. Just a desperation act from Icaza. As Velo was trying to move forward with the ball. You can tell there was no doubt from the referee. He immediately went to his pocket.
See the expression from Cabral. Just missed that. That one played all the way back alertly by Paco Craig to Zendejas. Tip of the cap to the back line for Miami FC against Augie Williams, but are you surprised at all that Williams hasn't had as many chances towards target?
Yes, absolutely, because, you know, whenever he doesn't get touches, he usually moves back and he looks for opportunities just to get in the rhythm of the game, but he hasn't been able to do that here tonight.
Bolu, who had a shot hit flush off the crossbar, takes down Rodriguez, and now Telfer is down on the top of the screen. There he is. This looks to be cramping. That's exactly the case.
Well, it's been a busy few weeks for Telford with international duty, Gold Cup, a lot of traveling, you know, a lot of games in a short amount of time.
Hey, when you're 29, you can do all that.
No, but I mean, it takes a toll. It takes a toll. You know, international competition is different.
But fun though, right? Get to play with your brothers, and
absolutely,
obviously you got friends, family. Nothing quite like that international flavor.
And every game is important.
Yeah.
You know, because the entire country is watching, and
there's that buildup of pressure too, though, right?
Yeah.
Anything but comfortable. Nice job by Cabral to intercept that play.
Oof.
Augie Williams. Williams had some space for a moment. Rodriguez can't pull it off. And Rodriguez tried to sell it, but he was called for the foul, taking out Aiden Stanley.
Man, Rodriguez, you know, we have the same last name, but, you know, not a very good actor. I mean, look at this. You know, it's not a good touch initially. He commits the foul right there. You know, he tries to sell it, like you just said, but, you know, it's pretty clear. And, you know, just a few seconds after that, he magically recovers. Missed opportunity that time for Charleston. You know, it was a bad giveaway, a bad pass from Segbers out of the back. You know, Bolu was not ready for that. But Miami dodged the bullet.
And Aiden Stanley is going to need an ice bath after tonight.
Oh, man. It's been a game.
He's had some horrific collisions tonight. He collided earlier with Derek Dotson. It was his head to Dotson's shoulder on a 50-50 ball, and then he collides there with Rodriguez. Spikes and ankles and all. Friendly reminder, we will have our Tata 2 man of the match following the conclusion of this contest. Salazar got taken out abruptly. Paco Craig delivered it right back to Augie Williams. Zendejas and Rodriguez exchanging some pleasantries. We're going to have a hydration break here shortly. Had one in the 30th minute. And now have one here in the second half. We'll see. I guess we'll have it done right now. So we will pause for the cause here in the 74th minute. Match continues to stay scoreless. Don't miss the minute of the action here in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch every second of USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, the home of USL, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and much more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Adrian Zendejas fighting for our Tata Man of the Match honors. Moises Hernandez has played well. Kyle Murphy, who won't have an influence on the rest of the night, has done his part. Unfortunate for him, was denied on a penalty. Florian Velo now done for the night. Joaquin Rivas will come in for him. Another substitution by Lewis Neal. Substitution brought to you by Good Greek Moving and Storage, your superhero movers.
Well, in his career, Rivas, he has played as a 9. I don't know if he'll do it here tonight. We haven't seen much of that in his time with Miami FC. But, you know, since Kyle Murphy came out of the game, I think Miami is missing that player inside the box or around it that, you know, might be able to pivot and get shots on frame.
Yes. Andrew Booth coming into the affair. He'll replace Rodriguez. So Turo's night's over with. So 4 changes for Charleston Battery on the night. Miami FC with 3. Been no shortage of opportunities on either end of the pitch. And now it's just about someone trying to capitalize and follow through on it. Shots identical at 10-10. Shots on goal, 3 apiece. 77th minute. Oh, that should be a foul, and it is. Ikaza, the guilty party. So Augie Williams still on the pitch for Charleston, the team's leading striker. Kyle Murphy, the leading scorer for Miami FC, is not. So the offense, where will it come? Not there. Ikaza and Cabral. Those two jostling. Cabral a little upset.
This is where you have to be really careful with Augie Williams because, you know, all he needs is one opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, he had one early on, but, you know, this is dying moments of the match. You know, you get a goal here, you're very close to 3 points. And Augie knows that. He knows how to shine in this type of games.
Crawford searching for him, but Segber's to disrupt. That's a poor pass by Hernandez. Ooh, that was a touch foul, it looked like, but no whistle. Nothing doing for Charleston Battery. Might be a little bit of bad luck on their part. Take a look at Pierre Reedy there. Well, Miami FC fortunate enough after that Hernandez giveaway, didn't get stung by it. Barajas. Booth wanted to get it back. Augie Williams to Booth. Booth was strike. That hit 2 bodies, it looked like, going through. Cabral was one of them. Mines might have been the other. And now for the first time in the second half, Charleston Battery with some sustained pressure and possession. Nobody around in their white kits, and Zendejas a little frustrated with Aiden Stanley. Thought he could have done better with control there.
Yeah, communication should be a lot better that time. You know, a simple yell of time would have done the job that time, because Miami needs more of the ball right now.
Nice job by Ikaza. Crawford, and now they'll just peel it all the way back. Declan Wynn, man from South Africa, Johannesburg to be exact. And Stout, nice job right there for depossessing. Robbie Crawford should have a booking, and that's exactly the case in the 80th minute.
A good pressure at that time from Joaquin Rivas, and to be honest, David, you know, players coming in the second half for Miami FC, they have to play a bigger role. They have to play a bigger role. How many touches have we seen from Ben Mines? How many touches have we seen from Salazar? Rivas just coming in a few minutes ago, but they need to provide a spark. You know, the team was not struggling before they came on.
Yes.
They were brought in to provide a spark, extra energy, and the team unfortunately has started to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it is evident, especially because when you compare and contrast the players that have come off the pitch to the ones that have come on, the ones that have come on are extremely fresh.
Right.
Should have the jump. Should not be lacking in any area of fatigue. Especially for most of these starters they had played on Wednesday night. Salazar, the intended target, rule onside. See what Michael does here in close space with Cabral. Telfer wanted it. Pass never got to him until now. Telfer closing the gap, though, easily done by Charleston Battery. And now here comes Andrew Booth. Telfer wanted that pass to come to him about 2 seconds before it did. Stanley looking Rivas. It was not onside.
Just way too slow for Miami FC tonight, especially in the attacking part of the field. I think the patience in the build-up, it has been good. But, you know, when you get so close, you just need to work extremely fast so that, you know, you limit the amount of time that the opponent will have to react and stop you from scoring.
Just a reminder, we'll have our top 2 man of the match, also some full-time highlights and some stats. Mine's looking for this ball. Muse comes out.
Are you crazy? Somebody's gonna get hit. Somebody's gonna get hit.
There's Mines. Segbers. Mark. Nice fake. Cabral, the chip. Out. Third minute. Segbers again. Methodical build-up. Salazar was around. Booth there in the header, but gave it away. Here's Bolo with a strike. Muse get the right hand. Benjamin Mines puts it home. Benjamin Mines with a fat rebound coming his way in the 83rd minute. The first marker of the night goes to the home team, and Miami FC on the board up 1-0.
It was about time. The work is there. It was about taking advantage of opportunities. A good ball initially here from Segbers. Unable to clear it away was Charleston. Bolu
takes the shot. The ball that bounces in front of Trey Muse. He gives the rebound, and right place, right time for Ben Mines. We're demanding the players coming in to provide a spark, and that's exactly what Ben Mines is able to do. 7 minutes away from the end of the match, things are starting to turn for Miami FC.
Monster goal brought to you by Wheels, and that man right there, Benjamin Mines. His first goal of the season, and what a perfect time for it to occur. Late goals will hurt you in any half. And now for Miami FC in a winning position, can they hold on and capture 3?
They need to close it out. This is a big moment. Not thinking about tonight, David, but thinking about what's coming up for Miami. This is a big, big moment. It's about capitalizing on the opportunity of getting 3 more points at home.
We'll see if they can accomplish the feat.
And how many times have we seen this happen the other way around? How many times have we seen Miami play a good match in the last 5 minutes, struggle and concede, and maybe give out 2 points, sometimes 3 points? This is a big, big moment for this group.
Well, oddly enough, Charleston Battery, they're not a bad team when playing from behind, Jose. They have a record coming into tonight's contest that's pretty decent when you think about it. They have 3 victories when conceding the first goal of a match. 5 draws and 1 defeat. But when you look at it, Miami FC, I think one of the benefits of them scoring late is they've played so hard to get to this point, as opposed to maybe having an early advantage and then trying to hold on.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Rivas, a little bit of real estate, tried toe tapping that to Salazar. That feed, though, was picked off by Booth. Charleston Battery this year, 3-1 and, excuse me, 3-5-1 when conceding the first goal of the match. Ben Mines, his first of the year. And I think the other thing you have to look at on Mines' goal was the effort from Bolu.
Yeah.
Because the strike came from outside the 18, but it had enough velocity on it that Muse had to punch it away. But there's never a bad time to take a shot, especially when it's on target like that.
Right, absolutely. And to be honest, it's Trey Muse doing the right thing, because you're taught to, when you stop a shot that bounces in front of you, don't try to keep it, just push it away to the side. To the side, and that's exactly what he's able to do. Unfortunately for him, Ben Mines was right in front of the play.
Salazar to Stanley. Ikaza a little upset.
That's what you need if you're Miami right now. You know, it's desperation time for Charleston. Hold on to the ball, defend with it. It's just a few minutes left on the clock, and you know, frustration is already there for the visiting side.
So Benjamin Mines, first goal and match number 15 for him. And it was like they heard you from the press box, Jose. The reserves trying to make an impact, needed to be a difference maker, and Mines jolly on the spot. Ben again, Rivas tried to hurdle to no avail. Mines the cross, Salazar, Telfer just could not corral it. Stanley, how about his tip? Oh. Salazar just missed that one. Well, it would have been a nail in the coffin for Charleston. Salazar inches away from sneaking that one past the goal line.
Wow, this is exactly what I expected from this team. You know, when you can see
players like Ben Mines and Salazar get involved, even Rivas, you know, there's power to this team. This time, a good cross from Stanley on the left side. Good header again. Salazar, not necessarily a number 9, but this time he was able to create enough room. He was at the right place, right time. Unfortunately, the shot just goes over the bar. But it's exciting, David. It can get exciting when you see these players combine.
Yeah.
You know, you see the potential in the last 30 minutes of the match that players can have in the game when they come ready. And what we saw from Murphy was good. You know, if we move aside from the penalty, the performance from Murphy was good tonight.
It was a great delivery by Aiden Stanley. That cross into the 18 that found its way to Salazar was exquisite. So the creativity's been there. Stanley did a good job of just making one slight pivot and feeding Salazar. Cabral coming off the sideline. Looks to be okay, and he should return as we're in the 90th minute. Rumors of stoppage time being close to 7 minutes.
Wow.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jose, but you're stuck a little bit longer with me than normal.
Good pressure from Miami. High pressure with the lead.
Salazar just chewing up some clock.
Your attention, please. The fourth official.
Great effort from combatants on both sides, and Rivas getting that ball out of a tight spot.
Excellent job.
8 minutes of stoppage time. As Telfer goes down, he's trying to get up. Not abnormal, especially in the second half. We did have one stoppage due to a hydration break. And we've had a couple players on both teams go down with some injuries, or at least were hurt. So 8 minutes, try your own conclusions. Now you better buckle up. Win. And this will be a corner kick for Charleston.
Needless to say, a very important moment in the match for Miami. Not a lot of opportunities for Charleston to put numbers inside the box. This is one for sure. Level of concentration needs to be at its highest right now.
Possession in the second half has been tilted towards Miami, 60% to 40. Shots 5-2. Let's see what Crawford does here in the corner kick. Line drive, Paco Craig gets it out of harm's way. I haven't talked a lot about Paco tonight. That's a good thing. Palma gave it away. Had an idea, but Benjamin Mines was there on the intercept. So 8 minutes of stoppage time, and see if Miami FC can get another victory at home. It'd be their 4th of the season. Crawford couldn't pull the trigger. Nice job by Salazar to backtrack in the very closing moments of that opportunity.
Solid job defensively tonight from Miami to just limit opportunities to one of the top strikers in the league in Augie Williams. Even with Fidel Barajas coming in the second half, a very dynamic player, young and aggressive, still not a lot of opportunities. Now it's just about closing it out.
Yeah, Barajas has had an effective campaign, a couple goals and 5 assists for Charleston Battery. Zendejas has a ton of traffic next to him in the 6, and he climbs up for that ball. So I have 3 players that come to mind, at least for the time being, for top to 2-man match.
Okay.
Ben Mines, this man right here, Adrian Zendejas, and still Moises Hernandez.
Yeah. I think those are the 3 players that should be on that list. You know, obviously with Ben scoring the goal, and you know he's a favorite, but you know we can never forget what Zendejas did in the first half, and that wonderful save, well, just over the line from Moises. So you know it's a tough decision, but you're gonna have to make it, David.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, oh boy. Well, man's dirty for a good reason. Zendejas has played well tonight. He's seen 11 shots come his way, 3 of them on target. Trey Muse hasn't been a slouch either on the other side for Charleston Battery. He's made a couple of dandy saves. The gem against Kyle Murphy on the PK. The one that got away was the attempt from Bolu Akinyoti from about 20 yards out. Muse made the save, pushed it to his left, our right, and Ben Mines, jolly on the spot. Telfer, nice move, plenty of speed, gets taken down. The official says no. Might have an opportunity to go back to that. Wonder if the turf monster got the better of Telfer there. Reedy, Barajas, nice job by Segbers to wipe that play out. Minutes of stoppage time.
It's coming down to 1 or 2 plays here. Just a couple of minutes to go.
Crawford on service in a dangerous moment, and it finds the back of the net. It has happened time and time again. Robbie Crawford with excellent delivery, and that service cues it up. The equalizer in stoppage time, and we are level at 1.
Just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It's not a good cross to start with.
No.
It goes low, and yet the header is good enough to move past probably, what, 10 players inside the 6, and yet the ball goes to the back of the net.
And that corner kick was set up because of Ryan Telfer. Telfer blew a tire on a run, and nobody took him out. Telfer could have put the game away.
Yeah, you know, that play should have finished in a goal. And that's why he's out of the game right now.
We'll see if we can go back to it.
It was just exhausted. But how frustrating is this, you know, for everybody around Miami FC? They did almost everything right. You know, if they add 5 minutes to this game, it's a win for Miami. They added 8 minutes, and here's the play. Yep. But there's nothing there.
Double down, Reedy.
Tired legs. Liberty taking out Akinyoti. So Andrew Booth got a piece of it, given the equalizer. And for Booth, his second goal of the season in 9 matches. And for Miami FC now, they have conceded 14 points from a winning position this year. And that's going to do it.
And obviously a disappointing way to end the game. Just very unfortunate. And even though it wasn't a bad performance at all, if you look at the overall, you're going to go back to the penalty in the first half, and you're going to go back to the last play of the game where, you know, Charleston was able to tie the score.
Set things up for our top 2 man of the match. And tonight, doll this thing out, our top 2 man of the match. Go all the way back to Moises Hernandez's heroics here. This is in the first 15 minutes of action. It's a heck of a play by Moises.
Yeah, it's a big, big play. Avila with the shot. Augie Williams in front of it. He lets it go because he believes that's the goal. Guess what? The Guatemalan international is right there. Clears the ball away.
Moises Hernandez, an excellent match for him. Miami FC does capture a point, but they lose a couple of them. So 1-1 draw after full time. We'll get some full-time stats and some highlights. Miami and Charleston play this one at 1 apiece.
Some people think Miami is just flamingos and palm trees.
And hell yes, we have badass sunsets.
But Miami's Little Havana,
Doral,
Little Haiti,
Hialeah,
Wynwood, Coconut Grove,
Kendall,
Calle Ocho, Sweetwater, Homestead,
cortaditos y coladas,
empanadas y croquetas.
is so much more. This is the 305.
This is who we really are. This is what we are all about.
I am Latino.
I'm a disruptor.
I am LGBTQ.
I am a villain.
I am a mother.
I am Haitian.
I am an athlete.
I am an activist.
I am a king.
I am an American dream.
I am the future.
I am.
I am
Miami FC.
It's last call here in South Florida, FIU Stadium. Paco Craig, Kyle Murphy, passing out some signatures, some autographs for the youngins. And Jose, we put a bow on this thing with some full-time highlights, and we have the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows through 90.
Yeah, it was a good start to the game. I think we all agree with that because we had plenty
of opportunities on both sides, but none bigger than this one. Kyle Murphy from the spot. Trey Muse makes the stop. And, you know, at that point, it was frustrating already for Miami because they had the opportunity to take the lead. And then, you know, it was about, you know, defensive effort from Moises Hernandez. What a sliding save that time from the Guatemalan. In the second half, it's Kyle Murphy again involved. A great setup that time. Just the timing was beautifully managed inside. And Bolu with the shot that hits the crossbar. 83rd minute we go. Bolu tries one more time. This time Trey Muse unable to hold on to the ball. And Ben Mines is right there to finish. So at this point, we thought, is this the night for Miami FC? It sounds like if they have been able to put out a good performance, it's just about closing it out. 88th minute, one more opportunity. Standing with the cross. Salazar, the header just over the bar. And in the dying moments of the match, 97th minute, believe it or not, it's Booth with the header. The ball that hits the post and to the back of the net. It goes. It's 1-1, David.
Match ends that way. Charleston Battery improves their record to 9-5-6. Miami FC goes to 3-9-8. That'll do it here from FIU Stadium. Miami FC on the road next week. They'll take on San Antonio FC on July the 22nd. We'll see you then. For my broadcast partner, Jose Rodriguez, I'm David Gascon saying so long from FIU Stadium. Miami FC gets a goal from Ben Mines, his first of the season. Not good enough, though. They play to a 1-1 draw with Charleston Battery. Have a good night, everyone. So long.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.